Good, Defi. Good, Ricardo. I literally forgot the button for like 2 minutes again, by the way, bro. I don't know why I keep forgetting. Surely tomorrow I don't forget. Surely tomorrow is fine. Good, Connor. What you thinking? This is what I'm thinking. First things first, I gotta put this in my journal. Do that. It's a little bit smaller. Um, so the date today is Wednesday, November 12th, 2025. Um, just a bunch of yellow folders. Today is going to be safety protocol. Um, uh, it's Wednesday, November. What is safety protocol? Just like I'm gonna make sure I'm taking a very high probability setup. Because there's just been no news, government shutdown, CPI was canceled. We've already had a large move, somewhat pre-market, so we're gonna be extra cautious today. That's safety protocol, right? It's not like we have a classic accumulation before market open. We have a little bit of a desynchrony again. Dollars moving lower with indices. Gold is fine. Gold's doing what it's supposed to do, but indices are moving lower for dollar. So, like just the red flags, we want to make sure if we're gonna take something, that everything is aligned, right? In terms of the economic calendar, is there anything significant? What would make you still think we're going? It's very possible we're going lower. I'm not necessarily going into the day bullish. I'm just simply going to go into the day waiting for confirmation that it's bullish. I'm not really bullish as of right now, if that makes sense. There's nothing bullish about this, in fact. So targets, I mean, I like 830 open. That volume imbalance right there. And I like the buy side at 615. Really, it's 628, 25, 629. 25629. 830 opens, it's at 25570. I'm just putting in my journal, and we can get started. 5269. Pre-market relative equal highs. That's what I'm going to note that as. And we have final targets in 5 day, which is sitting at 25721. 221.25. Game plan. Trading inside daily. Game plan is pretty simple. Going to wait for high probability signatures of a daily reversal from the daily FEG. Not really interested in anything lower, but if that shifts, now I really don't want to be taking any shorts inside that daily fair value gap. Not really interested in anything lower. I'm gonna be honest, because if we go lower, the only real objective is 50%. But like this could have just been like if I was bearish, I'd be wanting to exit my positions right now. So I'm not really interested in lower as of right now, but that can be subject to change, obviously. And then, did I take a picture of the chart? I think I did. Pre-market plan in place. Um, how's everyone doing, man? Open up the S&P chart in here. We have an SMT at previous day's low as well. I didn't see that until just now. See if we get there on ES. Let's full screen that. Let's sync the interval. So an SMT at previous day's low. Good morning, join late. What is your bias for the day and why? Bias is still neutral. Like I'm not really sure if this is gonna reverse, but the game plan is very simple. I'm gonna sit here. I'm gonna wait for high probability signatures of a reversal. Given that we're inside the daily bullish fair value gap, I don't really want to be shorting. We're also already taken out pretty much all the sell side objectives, and I really don't want to be trading from a daily bullish fair value gap lower. Could we go lower? Sure. Have we been bearish the entire day? Yes. I'm not interested in lower though. If price keeps going lower and lower, that's simply not a move that I'm really looking to capture, and that's fine. So my job today is going to be very simple. I'm going to sit and I'm going to wait patiently for a high probability smart money reversal. We currently have an SMT at previous day's low, or I should say Tuesday's low. So that's pretty indicative of potentially a reversal. And we'll just simply see. We're going to make sure that whatever we do take is really good risk to reward, and that's it. Simple. At the very least, at the very least, maybe something like this, maybe on a full reversal on the day, but this volume imbalance in premium, 830 open, always good targets. There isn't, bro. No, we don't. We definitely have an SMT, guys. I don't know what you guys are talking about. We're trading inside the daily fair value gap here. Here and here. Here and here. The SMT. You can't see it? Okay, there. Does that fix it? Do you want me to go in the hourly chart? There. There's your SMT. Yeah, November 11th. And if you look at dollar's been bearish, man. But dollar's been bearish these like last 6 days. Like even today, dollar is bearish. So I'm like super skeptical of this Nasdaq rally lower. You know, hopefully we don't have another day where we just have no synergy between the markets. But I'm gonna wait. It could definitely go down into NWAG. You're right, but if that does that, that's probably a move I'm not gonna be capturing. You know, at least not in the AM session. How do you use Python for trading? I use Python to help me code probabilities really, really quickly through backtest. For example, I can ask it, tell me how often we do this, right? And as long as I can specify very specifically, it can run those stats for me quickly. This is the 15-minute chart currently, but we're going to probably drop down to a 1 or 5 minute and just stay patient. Tuesday's low is the daily fair value gap, yeah. Weekly profile probably lower. I kind of disagree. I kind of prefer the Monday low of week. So either we get choppy in here or I don't know. I personally don't want to see Monday's low get taken. I mean, it's possible. We'll see. But me personally, I don't really see that happening yet. We'll just have to wait and see though, because there's nothing confirming higher yet. So, let's open up the accounts. How's everyone doing today? I was thinking about trading 8:30 pre-market today and getting done. Like right here. Oh man, like that's what I wanted to be a part of. Because once I saw this, I was like, yeah, we're probably gonna go to the daily fair value gap. If you traded pre-market, bro, look how beautiful this setup is. You could just be done for the day, you know, and you just trade that inversion from the 15-minute fair value gap all the way to the daily low. There's a beautiful risk reward on that trade if you were there. I was sleeping. Even if you waited till here, and, you know, you didn't necessarily get the best fill, you still easily get 2R. Could have just been done on the day easily. So clean 2R, yeah. It's just it's such an easy trade to take and trust. Like you know exactly where it's going, man. You know it's going to that daily low. 850 macro, right there. Trades into the city, strong displacement. It's perfect. Not much you can ask for than that. Such an easy target, yeah. This is currently the 5-minute chart, I think. We're on the 1-minute chart now. We're gonna watch price on the 1 minute. So just gotta be patient. My inner thighs are so sore. I don't know if anyone works out. Appreciate the roses, bro. I don't know if anyone does legs when they go to the gym, but if you ever done like hip closers, they actually keep you like you're destroyed for so long. It's a hip closer. Adductors, yeah. Adductors, yeah. Not abductors. Adductors, meaning like going inwards. Yeah, there's that's where it hurts, bro. Why don't you mark 8:30 open? That's your New York kill zone opening price. Yo, Rayon, don't be saying some weird shit, bro. We called it the sus machine? Nah, bro. If you call it the sus machine, then I call it. I call you the wuss machine, bro. Listen, you gotta work out and complete. You hear me? All right, 9:30 open is there. I don't want to mark opening range gap, but just know that it's higher. Pretty much around 8:30 open. That's what I want to target today. Something as simple as soup to low, strong break above. I would trust something like that personally. I see this as a nice buy model. Well, perhaps. I don't know if it's actually going to flourish. If you look at dollar, kind of weak too, man. It's kind of weak too. No synergy. Anyways, by the way, since we had such a large move, I should have started with this. Since we had such a large move pre-market, you kind of want to be skeptical of trading the first 30 minutes. You know? So you don't really want to rush into something early. Look at this. Like you had a full move pre-market. You don't really want to rush. Even if we are bearish, I would be so suspect of this going lower. If we go lower now below this low, then we're super weak because that narrative is low probability. The narrative of like we've been one-sided, 9:30 open also just dumps. It's weak because that's like retail logic where you just shorted at 9:30 because it's been bearish, catching the breakout below this low. It often fails. You can already see some back and forth, right? We go all the way up, close down, go all the way down, close up. So again, we're expecting consolidation here. That's what I anticipate to happen right now. Could be wrong, but that's what we're going to plan for because, especially because safety protocol today, we want to make sure if we do engage, it's very nice. I'm going to check out the YM. I want to see if it took out that short-term low. Now, see, YM made a candle higher. There is an SMT there. I'll put an alert here just to ever see if YM goes there. That way I don't have to keep checking. And now we just wait patiently. CPI got delayed, so it'll be probably next week or a week after. Good, Roddy. Any training to... Yeah, weird, bro. So definitely nothing. There's really nothing that could form in the next couple of minutes that would make me want to participate. Super sloppy. I don't like any of it at all. Just gonna wait. Just going to wait. Might have to wait all the way till 9:45 going into 9:50 macro, or wait up until 10 and we find a silver bullet idea, or potentially 10:30, 10:50. Trading every session a bad thing? No, just depends on what you can handle. It's about to form the staircase to elevator model. Wait, do you know the daily how do you know the daily FEG is weak? What do you mean is weak? Do you ever use sub 1 minute charts? Rarely, but sometimes. Is it time to buy? Not for me. Do you think that weak open gap will get filled? As of right, it's hard to say. Like 50-50, If we start breaking below this low and going, then yeah, I do. As of right now, I'm genuinely 50-50. I would rather not see it go there. Like I said, I've been saying that if it goes here, then I'm expecting some chop for the week. And we haven't returned Tuesday, Wednesday. Now it's Thursday. Or Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, we haven't. Now it's Thursday, so... Because then all we did on the week was this. We opened on Monday, we went up, and we came right back down. That's it. That was the whole move for the week, So... Any safety? Yeah, today's safety protocol for me, which means we're just gonna have to trade an A+ setup if it forms. If it's not A+, I don't want it. Last couple of days have all been safety protocol for me, but better safe than sorry, I guess. They were rightfully so, We have an SMT here with YM. I haven't seen my YM alert get triggered. Is this a Bitcoin chart? No. What's your bias? I am kind of neutral. I want to see a potential reversal, but I'm going to have to be convinced. I have an idea, but no bias. What I'm looking for here is now S&P 500. The daily fair value gap is down here. Yeah, I know. Dollar's going down, so that's why this is shitty. That's what I'm watching right now. So we hit CE of the daily fair value gap. ES hasn't hit the daily fair value gap, and YM hasn't made a lower low yet. So we are seeing a divergence. but nothing clean. The reason I like, so I'll give you guys some sauce right here. See this fair value gap? 4 hour, 1 hour, whatever you want to mark. It's not only on the 4 hour. Really, you want to see this one respect. The fact that we're going all the way down here is super suspect. But I guess ES wants to take the lows. So we'll just see, guys. There's no point. We just have an idea, that's all. We've been super flat on the week. So far in the week, we just have one singular trade and one singular win. It was like a 1 hour win. That trade from yesterday. So I feel like I demonstrated pretty good patience this week. Preserved my capital well. YM's really not going lower, huh? I learned poker yesterday for the $100 tournament. Yo, listen, guys. On Sunday, on Sunday, I'm doing a free poker tournament in the Discord. The winner gets $100 cash, just straight cash out of my bank account for you. Whoever wins the tournament. If you want to be a part of that tournament, I'm gonna send a link. I'm gonna send a link on Saturday or Sunday. It's gonna start at 2 p.m. Eastern time. At 2 p.m. Eastern time. Yeah, 2 p.m. Eastern time, free poker tournament in the Discord, and that's it. We'll run more after that if you can't make it, but that's the one we're gonna do for now. So if you want to be a part of that, join the free Discord and pay attention to the announcements on the weekend. ES hits the daily fair value gap there. Also, if you use my code for Alpha Futures, please send me a message on Discord so that I can add you to a giveaway. I'm going to give away a bunch of accounts at the end of the month, depending how many people join. We only have like 20 people right now. You say poker tournament? Yes, this weekend, Sunday, 2 p.m. Eastern time, in my Discord server, for free, $100 cash prize. ETC is your time, so UTC -5. Yes. New York time, 2 p.m. New York time. It's free, man. It's free and it's fun. So even if you don't win, you can come have fun, play poker with everyone. You just start learning the basics. It'll get better, bro. Better now than never. The psychology mastery videos are really good. You better be playing. I'll play, but if I win, then I won't. I'll give it to second place or something. I don't know. How big was last Friday trading view? I think it was 70 or 80%, bro. But only off the yearly plans. But I'm just gonna get that. Bullish or bearish? I'm neutral. I have to wait and see. I don't really have a bias. I'm gonna wait for longs though. Wait for it to convince me. I'd have to see some significant stuff. Closure above here, maybe. Strong inversion. Look at YM still hasn't made that lower low. I don't want to see that get taken, to be honest. I'd really rather not. Are you gonna use proper risk management in the tournament? Yeah, I am. Black Friday fields on proper? I'm sure there will be. I don't know for sure, but I'm gonna assume Alpha will have like at least 25, maybe up to 40%, 50% off. Apex will probably have something. Still favoring longs. It's not that I'm favoring longs. I have an idea. That's all. I have an idea that we might find support in this daily fair value gap. That's just an idea. I'm not really biased. I'm definitely not looking for shorts though. Who are you sponsored with? Alpha Futures is my main firm. That's my favorite firm, and that's the firm that I always promote. YM takes the low there. But I also have a code with Apex and Take Profit Trader. Although I don't really use them as much, I do use them. Are you gonna look for a protraction model in the tournament? You being paid to promote? No. Well, I have a code. I have a code. Like I get commission if someone uses my code. 10%. Should I full port short right now? I have 5 apexes currently. Can you explain XFA rules on alpha? There's pretty much no. The only rule is don't trade 2 minutes before or after news. Yeah, just a referral code. Let's collaborate. My indicators have a 98% win rate. Bro, if you have a 98% win rate, bro, go make $1 million, bro. Why are you in my Discord stream right now? 98% win rate? Come on, bro. What's the strategy you found? It's called Canslim. CANSLIM. It's about, I know. How many total accounts do you have? 3 alpha, 5 apex, 1 take profit, 1 funded next. Currently, I was kind of hoping for CPI today, if I'm being honest. I don't want to trade evals, but which time frame do you prefer? That's hard to say. I like the 1 minute, and I like the 15-minute, and the daily. Those are the 3 time frames I use more than any other. The daily, the 15-minute, and the 1 minute. What's the codes? Code is Gatie. If you do use my code with Alpha Futures, send me a message on Discord so I can add you into the giveaway. Use a trade copier? Yes. Chat is wild today. That's what happens when the market just goes down at 9:30 after going down the entire day. This is the NASDAQ chart. They're dead, yeah. I mean, you want to trade high probability. I don't want to force something bad. I don't want to take a bad trade that I'm going to regret later in my journal. How do you like it? The trade copier? It's good. No complaints about this one. It's been flawless so far. It's actually really good. Yeah, this week's been pretty dead, huh? I'm glad I was able to be patient. Because usually there's bad weeks and I still take trades and I try to like justify it. But like this week, I really was just really well just being patient. Why weren't you 9:30 at going bearish? It's not that I wasn't bearish. It's not that I didn't think it could go down. It's the fact that there's no high probability targets. So I don't want to be shorting low of day when there's no targets and we've been already moving down the whole day, There's nothing here. Like these quadrants, I don't want to be aiming for those personally. Monday's lows in the scopes here. 25269. NWOG right here. We may get a full NWOG closure. Yeah, I mean the daily FEG was hit at 906, So if that was still open, that's a different scenario. I could have shorted, towards that daily fair value gap, but it was already hit going into pre-market. That's like a daily objective for me, So if I'm a daily objective is hit, I gotta be more patient. NWOG stands for New Week Opening Gap. The difference between Friday's close and Sunday's open, that's this. I look at all the time frames. I don't need to keep looking at the 4 hours. It's not gonna change, It's 4 hours. I know what's happening on that time frame. So Monday's low is right here. That's the weekly low. Dollar's moving lower too. YM's consolidating. Market's weird, bro. It's just heavily manipulated in my opinion. Yeah, now you can look to potentially target a full gap closure and Monday's low. Even something like you could literally short this SIBI, man. I'm not saying I would ever do this, but if you're just really dying and you have to take a trade a day or something like this is not that's a pretty bad trade, I'll be honest. Like I would never take this, but there's logic behind it, You just expect the trend to continue. Fair value gap aligns with the hello. Strong candle. The wick, the fair value gap. And WOG. 3 PD raise. Yeah, it's way too risky, but. Now, maybe if we get something like this, 950 macro, it wouldn't be like that. I don't know why I drew it like that. If we can get maybe something like this, and it's 950 macro, I wouldn't mind shorting that to Monday's low. Because now this target's in scopes. Over here, this target was not in the scopes. So maybe a 5-minute gap or something. We'll see. I don't see how we're gonna get it, but imagine we came all the way here and we didn't take Monday's low. That would be hilarious. I'd be really surprised if I'm being honest. We did fill up that daily fair value gap fully though. We're fully, full closure there. Let's go to Elena. What indicators after the lows? I marked it myself. Monday low is safe. Yeah, that was like, brother, I said that a long time ago. I don't think it's safe anymore. You are right. Initially going into the week, that was my idea. I didn't think we were going to come back to the weekly low. But then we had this through the fair value gap. I was initially looking to try to find support here. That was my idea. That idea was obviously not confirmed. I don't know how we're going to find a short, like maybe the 5-minute gap. I don't know. Fake move before real move. This is a pretty strong fake move, Right now, my main objective is the Monday's low and potentially new week opening gap low. That's where I think the market can draw towards. Makes you know. I don't know. I think it's a probability. I think we're more likely to take Monday's low than leave it open. An even stronger real move. I would just be surprised if we ran all the way down here and we never ran the liquidity but underneath Monday's low. Usually you'll see that spike through. I think we just wait for a perfect continuation. Simple. I like what I'm seeing. I wouldn't mind shorting 950 macro protraction. If it forms, it's got to form nice with clean bodies and imbalances from a nice gap with a nice respect and speed. I would take it. And I would target that Monday's low. I don't need a 15-minute gap. The 5-minute gap in here could suffice. This 5-minute gap could suffice. I don't want to mark it out, but just know it's in here. Oh, this high, right? At 376. This high right there, yeah. We're inside that 2-minute. I'd have to see, guys. I'd have to see, like, boom. If we got this setup in the macro, I would take that. Yes, TradeAway gives free. Like, I don't know. Like, if you have a prop firm account with them, then yeah. Bought yesterday at 50K Alpha Futures account linked to trade you. Did you use my code? Because if so, send me a message on Discord and I can add you into the giveaway. Gatie, you recommend Rise or Wise? I think Wise is better. I think the fees are less, to my knowledge. What's the take profit trader code? Gatie. By the way, y'all say this move strong doesn't even have a single bullish FEG. What move strong? Wise? I use Wise personally. It's just what I like to use. It's 950 macro. We have a 10-minute fair value gap here. I really want to see something like this. If we can get a macro protraction model, I will take a macro protraction. And I will not complain if that trade loses, because this is always a good trade for me. 950 macro protraction. Oh, great trade. Use true day open. Real open is just new day opening gap. It's different. Presented. Probably use this one. Maybe this one. I wouldn't use it though. Like I said, if I have to debate which first one it is, I don't even use it personally. Okay, we're getting what I want to see. So far, I like this. Nice return into the range. Simple stuff. Just looking for a textbook continuation. Textbook. I want to see this high get taken, at least ideally both of these highs. Because if we only take this one, that means we're leaving equal highs, and I don't want to see that. So if we can take out this high here, I know there's an SMT there currently. I don't really want to see the SMT, if I'm being honest. I'd rather it just take it and then break down. The best thing that can happen is if we do this. Boom. The breaker. Rather than just go up and back down. But for example, something like this inversion fair value gap, I can engage with that. I can mess with that. All right, can we take this high too, just to make it easier for me? Okay. Okay, there we take the high. Now we just wait and see if we want to break down. There is an SMT there too, so kind of supports the idea. And this could be a run to buy side, but that's really hard to trust, especially when we have equal lows and Monday's low. Alright guys, if we get the inversion, I would personally be content shorting that. So short it off the 1 minute inversion, stop at the high, target Monday's low. 1 micro short probably, and then look to add if possible. I don't think there'll be a chance to, but I want to see this form soon because I don't want it to form like right before the 15-minute fair value gap forms. Because then I'm going to short, it's going to come back up, trade to the 15, and then we can always re-enter. If we get the inversion here, I'm going to short. We check YM. YM looks pretty good. Dollar is kind of moving lower as well. ES got the inversion. NASDAQ didn't. 2-minute chart still there. Maybe we can get it on the 2-minute. Still not really confirmed. There's a volume imbalance in here. If that stops price and then we go down, it's fine too. Otherwise, new game plan is wait for the 15-minute and just wait for this consolidation to occur. What? I could have sworn there was a volume. It's that small. We're gonna make a higher high, so we respect that fair value gap. This fair value gap. Funny enough, this would be a protraction model long, but I don't think I can trust it. So I don't know if I would trust the inversion now, if I'm being honest. I think I'd rather just wait for the 15-minute gap to form. I mean, we'll see what happens. Wait for ES to take out that high at 6835. And we'll watch how we trade into the city here. If we get there. We've now fully closed in this range. Let's see if we dig into there. I'll make this this color. Actually, I don't like that. We are seeing some pretty significant bullish order flow, but I can't long it, man. I can't long it if we're gonna leave relative equal lows on Monday's low. We'll have to just wait for a continuation long model later. You know, if we want to be bullish later, we'll find something later. Simply just can't trust it as of right now. Which trades I use the most expensive one personally. It's the best one. I also have 20% off, so it's not that expensive with the 20% off. Could be your first presentation in here. Did we close in the 15-minute completely? Yeah, I don't like that though. See, I don't like that. But if we get a nice breaker in here, I mean, I would like that. So we'll see. I do monthly, but yearly is cheaper if you're willing to invest. I should probably just switch to yearly. I'll switch this year probably. Once I missed the long with 33K followers, I don't feel like I missed anything. Not really clear here what's gonna happen. To me, it's 250-50 right now. I'll be honest. Pretty 50-50. Do we continue short or is this a reversal? And if it is a reversal, do we get above this buy side and go up here, or is it just a run to buy side and then back into the range? Hard to see. Right now, I'm anticipating lower, personally. But one more minute and then we get the 15-minute fair value gap. I really don't want to see it displace right now. I'd rather it stay right where it is, and then the next candle does this. I would not personally want to see any displacement lower because we're going to form a 15-minute gap right there. I really don't want to go short when we just formed a 15-minute gap. I'd really, I'd want to see that get traded and then move lower. So we'll just keep this one marked out for simplicity's sake. Yeah, like I really hope we don't get an OB in here. Okay. Now, for me to get in short, I'd have to see this high get taken. And then break lower. Ideally, that would be like A plus if we get the high, then break lower. I don't really think I'm interested in anything else personally, so that's it for me. Getting kind of sloppy in here, but it's fine. If we rip 830 open and buy side, that's what I put in my journal for targets higher. 830 open has a really good chance of getting hit in the morning session after 930. Okay, there's an SMT here. I don't want to see no SMT stuff, man. I just want to see the high get taken, bro. That's how we're moving. Does ES have the 15-minute gap? I guess it does. If we go to strong displacement here, below here, I would short it. I mean, not really the best trade, if I'm being honest. Stop there. Yeah, it's not really the best trade, huh? Risk reward is not really. I mean, the 2-minute. Okay, I like that 2-minute. I like that 2-minute. If we get a strong 2-minute close here. So I'm viewing this as a potential 2-minute order block. It's got to close strong. Gonna watch the next candle trade. I'm just gonna get in short there. We're gonna short one. Whoops, sorted 2 contracts by accident. Gonna short 1 contract. And I'm gonna look to. I don't think I'm gonna be able to add, but maybe. So taking it off the 2-minute order block. I'm looking for a run below this low. Monday's low. We'll stay on the 2-minute chart for now. Pretty good speed there. Looking for something like this with the best case scenario here. So if we get the inversion here and a break below this low, that's where I can maybe drag my stop here and add one. We'll just stop to 410. Or we just stay a little bit under risk. You know, that's fine. We don't have to add a contract every time. So I'm going to go back to the 1-minute chart because you'll see now we have a breaker in here. So this is an I'm not going to say A+, but this is a really nice trade. So I'm really happy with whatever happens in this trade. Strong retracement, 950 macro, 10 a.m. PO3, S&T at the high with the 15-minute gap, 50% daily fair value gap, respected perfectly. Strong breaker, strong draw on liquidity. This is a great trade, and I would take it every single time. So I'm already very content with whatever happens here. Trading back up into that breaker. Now, if we're really bearish, we won't even put in a body in here. This fair value gap. It could go in there. I'd rather see it not. Rather see it stay open. The only thing that's not the best thing about this trade is the dollar index. It wasn't looking good, but you know, we may even just go low-hanging fruit here. We'll see. So notice the speed inside that breaker. I'm going to move the stop to 400. Really nice risk management there. So 400 is this fair value gap, the high of it. You don't want to see that traded too, so it's actually 400.5. So just managing my risk, making sure my losers are less than my winners. This would be a good time to add a contract if you were, you know, really convinced. I don't want to add one, but inside this OB, inside that inversion, it would be a good time to add. I'm not going to add one though. I don't want to add one on this trade. It's a little bit too far in discount for me to add. But this would be right here. This is where you would do it. You know, with the stop now moved. I think I haven't really moved the stop that much. Like if I add a contract, I'll be over leveraged. Not over leveraged, but I'll be full risk. I don't want to be full risk on this trade. So giving it room that if it wants to trade back up into this fair value gap, it can. Although I don't want to see that. I wouldn't terminate the trade just because it does. As long as we don't disrespect this fair value gap Still valid for me. You would want to see speed here, though. It really shouldn't be going slowly. 4 more minutes in the macro. We managed to reduce the risk by around 14 points, which is pretty good. Strong candle in there, trading back into the breaker. We want to watch the body in here, see how that body trades. Making sure the stop's at 400.5. Any more than that. Yeah, I mean, yeah, 400.5 is good. We trade into that fair value gap. ES trades into the order block. We're getting a really strong candle in here. Kind of from nowhere. I mean, there's a small 3-minute gap, but no, it's a pretty small, big gap in there. Yeah, it looks like we may be on the wrong side here. But maybe not. We're just trading back into the order block. We'll see. Alpha APY disconnected. I'm trying to think if we take out the high and break back lower, would I re-enter? I don't think so, because I think this setup, I don't think you get a better setup than this. So if we do get stopped here, I'm not sure. I'd probably just wait till 10:50 macro. We do get stopped out there. Oh, why is Alpha Futures lagging? Alpha Futures is lagging. It's not Alpha Futures, it's Project X. Maybe it's just Alpha. My trade copy didn't even work. Can't close the trade on Alpha. So if we end up losing this trade on Alpha, they're probably gonna have to refund us. Looks like we're bullish. Yeah, I can't close the trade. They're probably gonna remove this loss. Yeah, they should probably revoke the loss. Good setup. 1050 macro protraction. I like it. Why did the trade copier not work? As it should have. Yeah, if you can't close your loss right now, the prop firm will most likely refund you. Um, yeah, I don't. They most likely will. Yeah, I can't even sign in back into my alpha. Just open a ticket with alpha. My eyes would go to the buy side here now. Not really though, to be honest. Still not yet, I'll be honest, because we're still inside that 15. It's really hard to say. We could just simply break down lower one more time. Stay in here. It's possible. They should remove any losses in that time interval. That's what they usually do. So if you took a loss on alpha futures in that time interval, they'll just remove any losses. That's usually what they do. Can't confirm. I made you lose all your money? Yeah. You're a little boy, bro. Saved by network. We are rejecting from the first presented. Possible. Price tricked us. No, it was a good trade, man. I don't know what to tell you. Um, Usually they do it automatically, but I would open up a ticket. Should have waited. No, that was a perfect entry. I would do it again. Appreciate you, Lamp. How to open up a ticket on their website. Watch the buy side in here. Let me start labeling this now. I'll make it simple as this. Yeah, I'll put it down. It's Project X, I'm pretty sure. Keep riding him? Well, you must be a very young boy. Be blaming someone else for money that you lost. Bro, I don't even know my account number. How do I? What's my account number? I love this one. I think there are a lot of reasons, but luckily it's free. You was able to close the trade. No, I don't even know what's happening. I can't even sign in, bro. I have no idea what's. I have no idea what's happening with the trade. I don't know. Cause I clicked refresh when it started lagging, and I'm not even signed in. I don't even know. And my trade copier is not working, so I just kind of got saved today a bunch. I only took that loss on one account. I don't know why. I don't know why it's not working. 59 should be my leader account, but it's happening. I'm not saying that it's working at all. Oh shit! I never connected. I never started the trade copier. Fool. Trade copier is fine. All right. I don't think you guys. I don't think you have to order. They said they know the issue and they're gonna fix it, bro. So I don't think there's any reason to open a ticket or anything. So luckily, we should, if I'm not mistaken, get that loss removed. Although it was a very small loss, I would have only lost like 55 bucks. If you made money, they will not revoke it. They should only revoke the losers. That's usually what they do. Not every time. Usually what they do. Are we really not gonna take Monday's low, man? Damn. I guess maybe our original idea was right, but I would have at least really expected that Monday low. We'll see. What's dollar doing? Not much. YM's consolidating. This looks like seek and destroy. If you took a loss on alpha futures, they should revoke it. Any trades that were negative in this period of time, maybe the winners too. Like if you're just in a long and it's just happening to keep going in your favor, they also might revoke that, but maybe not. I don't think. Usually what they do is they just the long's beautiful. Yeah, I mean the delivery is nice. I can agree on that. It's very hard to trust that long when we left equal lows and new week opening gap CE. Let's see. See what happens. Maybe we can get another protraction model long. No, I stopped there. I don't know what happened with my trade, guys. I can't even sign in. We have equal highs right here. We'll see if we can find a protraction long, but I don't think we will. Nothing worth. We'd have to get something like take that low for me to get in long, which I don't think will happen. Could be really range bound in here too. We could even take the high and then reverse back to Monday's low, which is so sloppy, but it's possible. Hourly should be in there. Yeah, it's really hard to say which direction this is gonna go. I'll be honest. No divergence there. Dollar's not clear at all. Dollar has been bearish. YM's just straight consolidation. This would have been so much nicer if we just took Monday's low. But I guess we saw everything we needed to, right? You'd probably want to fade. No, that's a nice ass short. How are we gonna get? Nah, I'm not even tripping, bro. That was a great ass short. The breaker in the macro from the fair value gap in premium, beautiful, man, beautiful. That was a great short, in my opinion. That was a great fucking short. Anyways, let's see what happens. We're gonna have to wait for more information. I see the SMT here. We disrespected the 15. We have an hourly above. Kind of hard to trust a short, if I'm being honest. To me, the fact that we didn't run the Monday low here, like that kind of shows me a lot of strength, if I'm being honest. So maybe a protraction model long in here. We're still respecting that 10-minute. I'm gonna be honest, it's not really clear. This really could move lower. Not clear for me. I'm gonna have to wait for a protraction model. Gatie. I think it's Project X, but it could be Alpha. And so many problems with Project X lately, yeah. It's good to have Trade of 8 too. I saw the 3-minute gap on the short. I didn't care about it. How do you sign out a trade of 8? We may re-enter a short in here. I need a protraction model. I don't want to put my stop all the way here. With a stop here, entry there. I really can't trust the short, guys. I'm gonna be honest. This still looks 50-50. I can very easily see it doing this. Just from one of these fair value gaps. Like, it's pretty 50-50 for me. I'll be honest. Gonna have to wait. Have to wait. Like, if we can get something like this, then maybe I can take that, but not right now. Because I feel like that first short was really good, you know? It would have. I don't trust it at all. I don't trust it. I still think it could run these highs. I'm just gonna have to wait for more information. Guaranteed with ES. Like, I think like, I'd rather take this long. Watch the volume imbalance in here. We're just gonna have to wait, be patient. See what it wants to do. Dollar's moving lower. YM higher a little bit. I don't know JP, to be honest. I actually have no idea. I already ate, brother. I really want to see what happens in the next minute or two. Really want to see what happens in the next minute or two. I really need. Like this, I could maybe trust that order block if it formed. Because that's pretty telling then of the order flow, in my opinion. All right, let's try it there. All right, we're going to try another short, guys. Shorting off of the OB as it trades down into it. Again, looking for Monday's low. May just take it off here or here. My stop's above the order block high. It's a protraction model. Want to see this up close candle support lower prices. I want to see speed to 50% of this wick. We didn't get 50% just yet. Just one contract on this trade. Should be seeing speed for the sell program. So second attempt here. I like the patience. I do like the other trade more than this one, but this one is good too. I like how we got to 50% in one candle. Want to see a body overlap that. What you want to do here is run up. Whoops. I always say protraction models. -1 is low hanging fruit. That'd be right there. And if you run the fib from here to here, -1 is right there. So low hanging fruit right here. For now, we'll leave it like this. Not touch anything. Ooh, forgot to put a stop loss here. So trading up into that volume imbalance. Obviously, we have this large fair value gap right here. We'd want to see us work through that. The quicker we get to 50%, the more bearish it is. So far, we haven't even reached 50% at all. Taken many trades like this before, just the one solid OB closure. Notice the volume imbalance in here. I like that it kind of supports price, for now at least. See if we can follow through with that. Gonna move stop. 421.5. Just cover the CE of that wick. Just reducing risk where it makes sense. I'm going to move to the 5-minute chart here and see. Yeah, so we have a 5-minute fair value gap. That's where my stop loss is. I'd really want to see this start speeding up, showing no signs of wanting to move it lower. Someone said they fixed alpha. What's happening with my trade? Yeah, it looks like we got stopped. How much am I down on alpha? Okay, more than I'm supposed to be, but I'm only down 90, where I should be down 60. So it's not bad for me. Damage is not that bad. I think they still might revoke the loss, but even if they didn't, for me personally, I can't complain. I don't think you have to open a ticket, but because I went to open one and then they said like Don't spam opening tickets because then you get flooded with tickets and they have to spend a lot of time just trying to fix all the tickets. You know what I mean? And they never really get a chance to, if they don't know which someone actually has a problem or if it's just the same problem. So I think don't open a ticket, at least for now. There's CE. Want to see that get through. If we get below this, I move my stop here. I don't think they'll remove the whole trading day. That would be kind of extreme. But it's possible, I suppose. Probably best to not trade your alpha account. Just keep it simple for them. No, I'm not gonna re-enter. I think they're gonna remove the loss. I don't want to take a trade and then maybe the numbers are weird or something. You can see the volume imbalance respecting price there. We're working inside that in fair value gap. I'm gonna move my stop to 417. Just reducing my risk. Do that short term high. Yeah, last time, and that's when they almost always do that. They just remove all the losses in the outage period. So we're in a pretty good trade right now. I still like the other one more than this one, but this one is delivering. Um, Usually within 24 hours. We're approaching first partial here. Now I only have one contract on this account, but on my live account I have two micros. And if we can get to that rejection block, that's a partial. So I'm taking a partial right here on my live account, and I'm gonna roll over the stop here now to 5392. It's kind of a shame we couldn't trade this on alpha, but it is what it is. I got it on the live account. That's what matters most. Yes, sir. So very strong candle in there. Now I gotta be careful because I don't want to. This is actually. Let me make sure the trade copier worked here. Should have this time because I set it up. Seems to be working. Yes. Okay. Cool. Now we're just gonna let this one go. I took a partial. If you have multiple contracts and you're copy trading, I'd also recommend you probably take something off. A nice move, and then we just leave the rest. Roll the stop to 389, and really you can put it here 380. You don't want to see that visited at the top. Shoot, forgot to take a partial here. Oh wait, no, I got hit. Never mind. Yeah, so I booked the partial there, and we'll just let the rest of it go. See how much it wants to go. Um, Daily fair value gap, NWOG partial, right? All good stuff. So I have two contracts running on this account, sitting at break even with one partial. This fair value gap should support prices. I'm gonna hold the runner on my live because that's a pretty good runner. We'll see how much damage we can do. I want to make sure everyone knows that we took a partial. I took a partial on my live account and my trade of 8s here. Could not get in the trade on alpha futures, unfortunately, because of the outage. Otherwise, I would have, obviously. Took it on my live account. I said long it. There's nothing bullish about this still, in my opinion. It's good to get out. It's slowing down. We took the low. It could get sloppy, you know, range bound. Start doing stuff like this. You know, who knows? Safety protocol today, right? We don't try to aim for too much. That's why I partialed. Safety protocol, you don't try to aim for too much. Stop at 373. Just lock in some more profits. Nice speed there. I gotta make sure I don't give back these profits on Apex. There is an S&P at that low. I think we're gonna close the trade there. Alright, I'm gonna terminate that. Great trade, guys. I really can't risk giving back profits. I'm still in on my live account. I'm gonna watch how this candle trades. I think I'll just close it there. Yeah, I'll terminate that too. Solid trade. I do still think this is gonna go lower, but because I only had one contract, I could not partial. It doesn't make sense for me to be that greedy, you know. So unfortunately, we could not cash that out on alpha, but I got on a bunch of accounts. I'm more focused on my live account. So 2% on the live account, made back the previous loss and a lot more. Actually 1.7% if I want to be honest. And we'll just watch this trade now. Watch this trade. You can see the nice sell program. We had the right idea. We had to wait a little bit in here. We could have maybe gotten a fill here, but I had to wait for more confirmation. This is a classic protraction model. I take this model all the time. So, very good trades. I personally still like this trade more than this one, but this is a good trade too. You know, so if you took this one and you lost, I don't know. I really like this trade. Like 9. This is an A+ in my opinion. The loss should get voided. There's business. Did you close early? Not early. Close exactly where I wanted to. It's a shame we didn't cash it on alpha. It really is a shame because running near an alpha payout, we couldn't capture that one. So we're approaching 1050 macro. My objectives are still lower. I still think we can move lower. I'm not going to trade the alphas because now I just feel like if I lose, I'll crash out. So I'm just going to terminate the alphas. And we'll just watch here for a bit. See if we can see something else. We got out at 9.3. Pretty good closure. Trading inside this bearish fair value gap right now. We're still bearish. That has not changed. A lot of people get scared when you start seeing movements up. Like, movement up is good. It can only really continue. No, they should void it. I'd be really surprised if they didn't void the losses just inside that window. If you took any execution inside that, they'll probably void any losses. You have a profit goal for payout on alpha. This time around, I might go for a larger payout, but for now, no. ATP on longs, now I'm off. Nice, bro. Just got my first payout today off that trade. We took the same trade. I took it off the S&P and CIST. You got it here. Nice. Good trade. Just got my first deal. Profit goal. No profit. I don't even know my profits. I genuinely don't know. It's all blanked out. I just don't care. I don't care about getting a payout. I don't care about making. Well, I care about making money. Obviously, we got to make some money, but That's not my goal. My number one goal is to improve. So I definitely do not have a profit goal. Holding out to the Monday low, but I want to crash out. It would be easy for me to hold if I had a bigger partial off, right? If you're holding your full position, you're probably stressed right now. Be honest. You're stressed a little bit. Maybe not right now because moving down. But if you're holding a position with nothing taken off and you're looking for Monday's low and you saw these 3 green candles, you're stressed. You're definitely stressed because you're like, oh shit, I may give back all my profits. I really want this money. Take a partial. That's what partialing's for. Makes it easier for you. If I had a partial, I would have. I only had 2 micros on my live account, so we got 100 points there on the live. If I had more micros, then I could have partial. Stop caring about having a set profit I needed to make and I've been more consistent. Trust the process. A part of the process has to be making money, securing money. You don't want to chase being right. You want to chase good executions, logical. On a real note though, this does look pretty bearish still, so I took the clean short but it broke even. Then I took a long and a hit. Nice, bro. Can you explain the OB you trade? Yep, it's very simple. We had a bearish fair value gap in here. Market trades up into it, 1 candle, strong body. I like that on an order block. Then we fail at CE here. That's really telling, right? So this is also a gap. This wick is a gap. We get to CE. We close all the way down here, and then we roll over. That opening price, that's your bearish order block. That's where I got in short. So I didn't get short in on the retest. I got in short as it started trading down in case it started to form a breakaway gap in speed. So I just got in on this candle. But in this case, it did give you a retest opportunity. So you could have got in here. Then there's a volume imbalance. This is exactly where I said you could add a trade if you wanted to. This exact moment. So if you wanted to add, you could have added here. I didn't add because I wanted to make back my previous loss easily. And 2, I didn't really get to remove my stop that much. Had I taken the trade from here and then I got this, then I can add like 2 contracts. And that would have been like a 6-7 R winner. But I was hesitant here. I was not sure if it was bullish or bearish. Then I saw this, and I said, yeah, this is clear. So we'll do a full breakdown after. Why is everyone saying 6-7? Yeah. When's that gonna get old, guys? Are we gonna be 50 years old still saying that? Surely not, right? So we just call it now. We might as well just save ourselves the time because I know we're not gonna be saying it when we're 30. So let's just save ourselves the time. Let's just call it. Let's think of something else at least. No one even laughs anymore. We just say it. Gatie, thanks. Thank you for what, my man. You trade gold? Rarely. Very rarely. So we reclaim this fair value gap. We inverse this. Now listen, now that we worked inside this gap, like we're really bearish now in my opinion. Like this should speed up. It should not even return to this red box. I'll make it purple. Because now we delivered down through this range, up, down through, and left it. Once we get below this low, I expect a drop. Could be wrong, but that's what I expect. Now we're trading at low of day. This is the most discount we've been. Personally, I expect BPR. That's why. If I was in the trade, my stop would be right here. To worry about. It's probably equal lows. There's that speed that you want to see. There's Monday's low, and we'll have consequent encroachment. I'd expect this to continue in here. We'll see. Surely a long after this. Maybe a retracement idea, but nothing strong. I expect the next candle to open up and rip lower as well. At least to 45, I'd say. That's that speed. Once you see this BPR form, speed. That's it. It goes now or never. You know? Because there's nothing else to move higher for at that point in time. There's no inefficiency in here. We're not taking the high. There's no inefficiency. That's when price speeds. That's how you know if it's going to go to this low and go drop. Drop it like it's hot. Drop it like it's hot. I would have expected more speed here, though, I'll be honest. But we'll see. Would you buy? No. How did you mark out the S&P to highs? What do you mean how? Just high to high. I put a line. Yep, capital preservation is the number one goal. There's a speed. Do a 2025 ICT notes with text. ICT already has a Telegram where he posted all his notes, so it would just be the exact same as that. It doesn't really make sense for me to make one. There's the speed I was looking for, yeah. See that? You can call that speed out. How did you trust that we don't take the relative equal high? It's SMT'd. It was also the high of the 10-minute bearish fair value gap. So we traded all the way through the 10-minute gap, closed all the way down here. That's a strong reaction. And I didn't trust it, by the way, here. I only trusted it over here. I didn't trust it up here. I had to wait. Luckily, it gave me something. Can you review the latest ICT lecture? We already did that on stream. I don't know if I can do it again. If I was getting cooked today. No, I mean, some people probably got in long here or here. They probably took something off, probably. Hopefully nothing in here. If you bought long in this fair value gap, then you probably got destroyed, yeah. Thanks for the analysis. Of course, brother. How do you copy trade Apex accounts? I use Trade Copier. Trade Copier. What are you talking about? There wasn't an SMT? Yes, there was. This is 930 high. If you look at the S&P, we took out the high right here at 930. You can see my second chart. You'll see it right there. You have a 2020 notes ebook. Want my little brother to read those as well? I do, but I've never given it out. You can have my 2016 or IFG and SMT, all you need. Sure, yeah, that's what you want to trade with. So 1050 macro, I would assume after we get that NWOG, we don't have to actually fill it, but I think NWOG would potentially get a retracement. What's good, Grant? Appreciate you, bro. Yeah, I was initially looking for a run higher, but just kind of had to follow the trend really today. This is gold. No, this is NASDAQ. Explain your protraction model. It's pretty simple. Opening price of a candle. We go up and break down. I'm looking to trade something like this. This leg right here. That's this right here. Appreciate you, Mose. There's the NWOG low. So this is where I would start journaling. Now the issue is, which account do I want to journal? I think I'll journal my live account. That would be my final target for the day. That new week opening gap low, 25226. So had to switch plans today, but it's good that we did. I'll do a little bit of journaling now, and we'll come back tomorrow. Try to do the same thing. I may trade alpha futures in the. Nah, I probably won't trade. I'm gonna let them deal with that. I'll let them deal with that, and then we'll let them deal with that alpha future thing, and then we'll start trading it again. Did anyone here trade with Alpha Futures Tradeovate? Did they also get destroyed, or did they also get, or was it just Alpha Ticks? Opening price of, yeah, like 1 hour. Usually I used like 9:30, 10, 10:30, 11. No, I was fine. So anyone who traded Alpha, you were fine? Okay, interesting. So it was just Alpha Ticks then, huh? I'm new to this. Can you go over why the market broke bearish? Yes, sure. Why did we get this continuation? Is I'm assuming what you mean. We can do a full breakdown now. No problem. Let me make some annotations in here. Um, Here's what we'll do. I'll do a full journal, and you guys can just watch me journal, and then you'll see exactly what I note. That works, right? It's a BPR. Deliver as a final move. I think it's probably a little bit more balanced than this, like something like this probably, but we'll just mark it out like that for now. Probably want to include that volume imbalance in there. Let's remove the executions, and we'll do a full. Let's do a full journal for you guys. Now, I didn't have this on the chart at the time, but definitely something I was looking at. Okay. We'll break this down. So, why were we looking for shorts to begin with? Okay. Initially, I'll admit I was looking for longs. Okay. We're doing a trade recap now for you guys. Initially, I was looking for longs. I had an idea long. I wasn't bullish, but I had an idea and I was waiting for it. And it never really got confirmed. Once we saw this break lower, okay, this break lower, very obvious. 9:30 started, we broke lower aggressively, okay? At that point in time, because we left equal lows, so I want you to look at this low right here. I know it's hard to see, but this low right here is the same as this one. They're equal pretty much. So strong drawn liquidity. We engineered this low. We put this low here and we did not take out this one. So we left equal lows. As soon as that got put in, that's when I switched my idea to look for a continuation short. Okay. Now we'll just outline the one that played out and explain why we took that trade. The market ran up. We took out the high here. It looks like we didn't take out the high, but we did because there's an S&T divergence. If you look at my right chart, I don't know if I switch. I don't think it'll show if I switch. Yeah, it doesn't show. But there's an S&T here. So if you look at this chart right here, see how we took out the high? That means we pretty much took out the high on the NASDAQ too. If you also notice, the body here, we made a higher body. So it looks like we didn't have a liquidity sweep, but this is what you need to see. Did we take out the high here? Yes, we did. We had a higher high right there, right? So it's there. We took out the liquidity. Then we broke down right away. I didn't trust it here personally. Some people shorted this, and this would have been a valid model for me. I simply didn't trust it here at this time. That's a bearish order block. These three candles, bearish order block plus an inversion fair value gap in that. You definitely could have shorted this. I know some people did. I didn't trust it at the time, but everyone's different. Whenever your model forms and you trust it, that's when you engage. So you could have taken this. I didn't trust it. The market continues going lower. Then we pull back into this fair value gap, the blue box. Then we break one more time, and that's my entry. So I missed it here. I got an entry here, and I'm targeting all the way back to this old low. This is all because if we already took out this low, I wouldn't be looking for this short. But because we left equal lows there, and the market already showed me its hand. By the market moving this far down, it already showed me its hand that we're likely to come down in this area too now. It already knew, right? There was an idea here that failed. Came back up, took the highs, formed another idea. Take both. How would you handle 1036, 1035? It's a bearish order block. 1035 is a bearish order block. Same exact setup here. This one's in discount, a little bit sloppier. This one's in premium, right? It's there. But you could have shorted this too, with stop loss at the high, or your stop loss above the fair value gap. This fair value gap. We took that gap in 1 4-hour SSL, and I think we go up high. We could retrace higher, but it's not a good long because how much higher can we really go? It's not going to be a full reversal. The move's done for today. This was your daily range, right? How much higher can we go? Maybe this high right here. Maybe this fair value gap, right? Maybe we get something like this. You take a long. You just target this fair value gap right here. Easy, low-hanging fruit, right? Something simple as that. Can't do much more than that. And now we simply journal. So I will say that there was a model in here that failed. Right. I'm not going to act like we didn't take the short here and it failed. So how do I want to journal this? All right, let's go full screen and start the journal. So there's some very important things here to note. Okay. One, run on buy side, catalyst, making short to equal lows at Monday low and potential and walk fill. That's the first. Set the stage for a potential idea. Look at the SIBI quadrant here offering sensitivity. I love those quadrant levels, man. So you can see right there, the bodies right at that daily SIBI. Same thing here. And then once we get through 775 free run, then we get the balanced price range. Once we leave the range, DPR forms, anticipate speed to the objective. Monday low plus NWAG low. Once we leave that range, that's when you expect speed. We called that out. You want to run a standard deviation fib here. We can do that as well. We got the low right at negative 2.5. So below the target, the next deviation level, 2.5. So that would have been hit as well. Pretty A plus delivery, I would say. No complaints from me. You think they banned you from the Discord? It's possible they banned you. It's definitely possible that they banned you. I don't know what to say. I mean, I can't get you back in if that's what you're looking for. That's pretty much all the annotations I want to note. Besides, engineered equal low with Monday low. Yeah, pretty good. The volume imbalance, the inversion. I don't really want to mark out anything more than that. Anything else, whatever. It's premium stuff. So I will screenshot this. Or what I'll do is sign into my brokerage account and then take the screenshot with the executions. Well, I'll do both. Let's screenshot this. Your AM study. Yeah, that's pretty much it, guys. Yeah, we took 2 trades today. We managed to capture the short. Just used my server, so I was wondering if I got. Oh, I think you're fine. No, it didn't get nuked. You should be fine. Be able to get back in. Anyways, boys, appreciate you guys coming through. I'm gonna go post the recap now, and I will see you guys. First trade was this short here. I like this short more than this one, but both fine. Both meet my model criteria. This one failed, but I actually really like this short. So if you took this one, personally, I think this one's even better than this one. But I talk about trades like this often. The risk reward is so good. Like, I don't think people realize the risk reward on that trade. Because the OB is so small, like that's a 5-hour trade. You know? So we took one loss and I'm still up 2% on my live account. Was there a level that it reacted on the second short? There was a 3-minute gap that failed to inverse. But like it was looking really bearish, bro. I'll be honest. Like we went up, broke down. So yeah, there was, but like I think it just wanted to induce more liquidity lower, you know? Is it weird to the 50-minute FEG inverse? No. We're running the buy side, right? Once we inverse the 15, what do you expect? The buy side. The buy side was taken, you know? It's all about really narrative, you know? As soon as we set those equal lows, you have to just know the probability is you probably want to align short. Even if it's going to go higher, you have to always ask yourself how much higher. That's what I was saying at this point in time. I was like, it can go higher, but it may just go to this buy side right here. As soon as that formed, that's what I said. As soon as I got stopped out, I was like, you know what? It's probably going to go higher, but how much higher? Like, I don't think it's going to go all the way up here. You know? This makes sense. Took the high and broke down. Now, I didn't trust it. I personally didn't trust it, but maybe you got it on the breaker here, right? There's a breaker. There's so many opportunities. Just like this beautiful textbook algorithmic price delivery. 20 opportunities. The inversion. Turtle soup. Inversion. Order block. Inversion here. Fair value gap there. Breaker block. Inversion here. Implied fair value gap. Fair value gap. Order block. Order block. Another inversion. Breaker. Or sorry, volume imbalance. And then after this, you're probably too late. You know? You had a lot of opportunities in here, after here. Because what you want to do is you want to take the range from the target to the high. And you want to make sure you're entering somewhere in here. You're basically anticipating this price run to happen. You got to make sure you're entering somewhere in here. So once we start getting down here, that's not really where you want to get in, you know? Anyways, guys, very great day. I'll be back tomorrow, exact same time. Hopefully we get something else like this. That'd be great. I'll see you guys live tomorrow. Take care. I'll post my journal. I'll post my recap. I'll post my executions. And I will see you guys now. We took 2 shorts, this one and this one. I'll show you the executions. I'll post recaps soon if you're really curious, though. Short here, stopped. Small reduced. Stop was here, got it stopped out here. Short, profit. On my live account, I got my final exit here. Appreciate you, Street Soda. Alright, I'll see you guys tomorrow. Exact same time. Same patience. Preserve your capital. Manage your risk. Don't chase the money. Chase good executions. And if you're trading, good luck.